What's up? It's Patrick Wilson back with another video. Today we're talking about how to be in a calorie deficit, the 3 different ways that you can and should be in a deficit. So first thing we're going to talk about is just overall how you be in a calorie deficit and what actually it means. So first things first, the calorie deficit is what causes you to lose any weight at all. Unless you're in a calorie deficit, you're not going to lose weight, you're not going to lose fat. You have to be in a calorie deficit no matter what diet you're doing, no matter what way you're approaching this whole fitness game. You got to start off with being in a calorie deficit. So that's number one. You just got to remember, if you want to lose weight, fat, if you want to lose inches from your body, you want to get a smaller shirt size, pant size, got to be in a calorie deficit consistently to do it. So what a calorie deficit is, though, is it's when you take in less calories than your body is burning, essentially. So, if you are eating, let's just say 2,000 calories a day, you need to be burning at least 2,100 calories a day, around that amount or more, in order to start to lose weight, lose body fat. So with that being said, you can do it in 3 different ways, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. Also, before we get into that though, another misconception when I say you are eating less calories, taking in less calories than your body is burning, than you are burning, that doesn't mean that you need to go out and go run 10 miles and burn 2,000 calories in order to be in this deficit. Just by being a live human being, by having muscle on your body, without doing any other activity throughout the day, you're going to be burning a good amount of calories through that, and then all the other stuff is just icing the cherry on top of that of calories that you are burning. So just keep that in mind, that your resting metabolism factors into that, and it's not like you have to go burn just a ton of endless calories in order to make progress, losing weight, losing fat. So with that being said, the 3 ways that you can be in a calorie deficit, the pros, the cons, and then the best way. Let's get into all that. The number one way to be, this is the number one. So actually this is probably the order of these from like worst to best. So it's 3 ways. So the first one is the worst way. It's gonna be just by exercise. So you always hear the term, you can't out-exercise a bad diet. That's true, potentially. Technically, you could out-exercise a bad diet, but basically all you'd be doing, say your diet was just absolutely horrible and you ate just like pizza, ice cream for every single meal, basically you would have to spend all the rest of your time exercising, going on runs, swimming, playing basketball, lifting, doing all this stuff in order to actually burn enough calories to be in a deficit. And even then, it would still probably be like damn near impossible. This doesn't mean that you shouldn't exercise at all, and we're gonna get to the next thing, the next point kind of going off of that, but it is really hard to out-exercise a bad diet. It's possible. Again, you'd have to spend like 12, 14 hours a day just like running, if you just literally ate whatever you wanted. Like your life would literally consist of just like eating and working out. And some people do that, whatever, that's fine and dandy. Like pro athletes, when I grew up playing basketball, like I could literally eat whatever I wanted, go eat endless pizza, go do whatever. And I was working out and playing basketball so much and burning off so many of those calories that it really didn't even matter, and that was cool. But for most people, especially as you get into adult life and as you have more responsibilities and you're sitting by your computer most of the day and don't have time to go do a whole bunch of stuff, you need to make sure that to the number 2 point, you are focusing on the diet side of things. So the second way to be in a calorie deficit is solely focusing on the nutrition side of things. So this means that you could literally wake up every day, not do any activity at all, not do any workouts, change your dieting habits, change your nutrition habits, and you would make progress losing weight, losing fat. So with that, in order to be in a calorie deficit, this is probably the number 1 thing that you want to focus on in order to actually lose weight and fat, is changing your nutrition habits. So you need to be taking in less calories than you're burning. So when you are focusing on the nutrition diet side of things, you're focusing on the input. So that's ultimately the biggest determinant of whether you make progress or not, is what you are putting into your body on a day-to-day regular basis. So if you make adjustments to that, say you normally take in 2,500 calories and you are working in more like French fries and more like pizza and sweets than you probably should, or than you should in order to be in a calorie deficit, what you want to do is start to have a smaller portion of those foods, a little bit smaller portion of those fun foods, fries, pizza, ice cream, stuff like that, and or work in more fruits, veggies, lean protein sources, foods that fill you up for less calories. So one of those 2 things, making adjustments to nutrition in some way, that's the next way that you can be in a calorie deficit. So number 1, we got just endless workouts, not changing your diet, but endless workouts. And yes, if you work out enough, you could be in a calorie deficit and start to lose weight and fat, potentially. Number 2 is that you're just changing your nutrition habits, and that's also a fantastic way to go about it. No questions asked, like that will lead to progress. And I think for majority of people, even if you are getting in workouts in any capacity, that's the area you want to focus on. And then number 3, the most ideal way is combining the two. So working in the workout side of things, working in the nutrition side of things, making sure that you are doing a good amount of both. I would say people always are like, abs are made in the kitchen, you gotta focus on nutrition. When really, like if you wanna have like a really good looking body and have curves and have muscle and do all that stuff, you still need to be focusing a good amount on workouts as well and making sure you're getting better, stronger there. But yes, for sure, to lose weight, lose fat, you need to be locked in on the nutrition side of things. And by locked in, that doesn't mean you only eat veggies and chicken and rice. That means that you need to be mindful of total calories that you're taking in and be locked in, staying within kind of a range there, staying within a good calorie amount so that you actually are in a calorie deficit and make progress and do that on a consistent basis. So when you combine those two things together, you're getting in workouts on a regular basis, you're burning a good amount of calories, you're doing your thing there, it helps to be in a deficit. But then the nutrition side of things is where you really make a ton of progress. But then when you combine those things and you factor in that with the workout side of things, you're gonna be lifting, nutrition side of things, you're gonna be getting in more protein while also being in a calorie deficit, that's what leads you to losing mostly body fat and not just weight either. So a lot of different things there, but again, the 3 ways that you're gonna lose weight and be in a calorie deficit: 1, getting in more workouts, which is hard to do on a regular basis. 2 is gonna be the nutrition side of things, which you can do, but then it gets to a point where you have to be really, really strict with the nutrition side of things. And it's hard to keep up with that. So then when you factor in both of those together, you got workouts, you got nutrition, working together, you're doing a little bit of both of them. Obviously trying to make it fit within your life, but if you're doing those at the same time, it's gonna make being in a calorie deficit, losing weight, losing fat a whole lot easier. Hopefully that helps, hopefully that makes sense. Let me know what questions you have, how I can help. Thank you for watching the video. Let me know what topics, questions you wanna see next, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.